First of all, I want to thank every single person for finding the time to be with us today. I really hope that the engagement that we're going to have today is going to help specifically when it comes to issues to do with the collection of data, information, and also in regards to the research. Remember, when we had the training, I told you guys we're just not to be sharing recommendations and giving out particular recommendations based on policy only, but it is also going to be quite important to align those recommendations with actions that are happening on ground. But also, as you're also giving us recommendations, it's also quite important for us to also give you tools that can help to, number one, quantify those recommendations. Number two, do a little bit of monitoring and evaluation, because it is also quite important for citizens themselves to have their own system where they can oversee. They can do a little bit of oversight, collect data, look at which are the specific core activities either at national level or at county levels. For you guys, it will be specifically at county level, and how they're specifically aligned with the core focus of our activities. So I hope everyone is here. I can see. So I will start by first of all thanking you guys for joining. Please use the chat. If you have a question, please use the chat or raise your hand. I hope Emmanuel will also help me so that you can also monitor the participants so that I do not lose myself when I talk too much. So I hope that is a little bit clear. Is that okay, Emmanuel?
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Perfect. Remember, I cannot see most of you, but I think this is going to be good. Another thing, even before we start, this meeting is recorded for purposes of it being posted and also it being shared with you guys, so that you can stay also with the video where there is a little bit of lag in regards to information. You can use this. To learn and also use those particular tools. As I always say, this is an open forum. Anyone who wants to share anything, and I really hope that I'll not be the only one speaking the whole time. So I really hope that we are going to have an exchange between us. So I will introduce, I think, the bigger toolkit first. Just a short introduction. I won't take a long period of time on this, because this is going to remain open, and we are also in the basis of also exploring and also making it a little bit better. But I think the final bigger toolkit in regards to the website is going to be shared a little bit later. By the time you're going to have the engagement in Kwale, we'll have a little bit something that is a little bit concrete. So I'll start if everything is clear and everyone is good. What's in the chart? Uh-huh. Just in good. Please check Corel, Stanley, Kevin, Collins, hi Collins, Millie. Use the chat. Tell us how you're doing. We might be speaking with people who are not okay. Please use the chat. Tell us how you're doing. For me, I'm doing fine. And things are happening very well. So one of the outcomes that we were having in this project is development of this particular toolkit. So as you guys can see, it's a little bit of a very huge toolkit. But this is for the purpose of for any young person who wants to engage on issues to do with the policy, either at national level, at the African Union level, and also at the EU level. Instead of you going to different websites, going to different areas to get this information, because one of the core things that we realized when we were doing a little bit of engagement at community, especially in Nairobi, and also there is an activity that we did in Kakamega. One of the core things that young people said that they wanted one place where they can get all this information rather than going to different websites. If you want to engage with government, government has very many. There is the website for Senate. There is the website for what do you call for Parliament. There is a website for National Youth Council. There are so many websites. Whatever they wanted is, can we have one platform where we can have all these details? If the what do you call if the Senate or Parliament is requesting for feedback or information, we can have a place where we can just go share our recommendations, and it is easier for us also to follow up in regards to grading. So through that, we were able to develop this, which is a clear, big, I think, toolkit, but also plays also as a website where you can also get more information. And one of the roles of this particular toolkit is, number one, share information where people can understand different frameworks that exist, which are the specific policies that are being engaged. So if we come, for example, if you come to the policy framework, you can see we have different frameworks from the United Nations. We have different frameworks from the African Union. We also have different frameworks from the EU and regional engagement. So whatever framework that you are looking into, if it is the Pact of the Future, the SDGs, the different resolutions that we had a discussion when we were in Uasin Gishu, you can find them there. You can find them here, where you can look at the different SDGs. Like, for example, for the SDGs, if you click here, you can see all these particular SDGs. You can see which are the specific priority areas. These are priority areas that are aligned with the project and also the program itself. It is easier for you to get more information, learn more about these particular SDGs, but also have tools that you are able to engage with every single time. So here you can go to SDGs, you have tools. So the tools are to make sure that you can learn. Sorry. The frameworks are just to help you learn, understand these frameworks. If we have the different, what do you call, policies that are aligned with government. I will show you there is also another place where you can also get specific for specific countries. So there is a specific area. If you're engaging on issues to do with Kenya, you can get all the data and information in them. For those who are focusing at a regional level, because I'm 100% sure there are people here who are focusing also at regional level. We also have, for example, the African Youth Charter, the Agenda 2063, the Continental Framework on Youth, Peace and Security. I came to realize so many people do not know this. However, this really affects where your specific countries get their frameworks when it comes to how they're going to be engaging young people in issues to do with peace and security, something that also people to know. I remember we had a discussion about TVET, if you guys remember, and I told you there's a little bit of funding from the Africa Development Bank that is aligned with the AU TVET strategy 2025-2034. So African Union already has its strategies, it already has its what do you call funding frameworks. However, it is important for countries because countries have already ratified this to help in regards to building their own frameworks. So, which means, as I always said, countries specifically for Africa, they don't have to start afresh. There is already existing core structures and frameworks that we are particularly having. For you guys, specifically in regards to your engagement, we have also a country track. So, as I told you guys, the engagement and the trainings are not only in Kenya. We also have engagements in Uganda, Tanzania, South Sudan, Ethiopia, and also Somalia. We're looking for ways to also have other countries, but here we can also come to Kenya. So here you can see under Kenya, you can come, find your time, read. For those who love to read, there are different policy frameworks and also landscapes. We'll be adding more here that are focused on issues to do with young people. There is issues to do with employment. There are issues to do with leadership and integrity. There are issues to do with the constitution itself. How are they specifically aligned with the core discussions that we're particularly having? So, as I said, these are tools for you to come, do your research, get your data. If you're going to have a meeting with someone and you need a little bit of more information in regards to the specific structures and policies that are there, this toolkit is just to help you so that now you understand which are the specific modalities, you understand which are the specific key challenges and also specific gaps that you are having in regards to the particular country, so that we're not moving blindly, but you're moving in the aspect of these are the core things that are happening in Kenya. This is always updated every week. It updates itself every week. So anything that government pushes for, or if there is any activity or discussion that is happening, specifically either at the Senate or also at the National Assembly, you'll be able to get those the discussions and engagement and also in the information in this particular platform. So if they need any feedback or any information, you can get there. So that is in regards to information. Then we also have tools. So let's say you cannot have a toolkit without the tools. And specific tools that we are particularly having is um, for example, we are looking at the youth bill, and you want to develop a policy brief in regards to the youth bill, specifically on core focus areas that you're targeting, and you want to share your recommendations and core things. You can just come to the website. Don't have to create something new. You open it. It is going to open a place where you're going to get the policy brief template. So whatever you do is just come, fill it here. After you've already filled all these particular spaces that you have, which means you do not have to have, as they always say, concrete English and all these particular things. But you can come, fill whatever gaps or issues that you have with a particular policy, or if you want it to be realigned in a different area, you can come, you fill. Very short. We made it very short and very precise because I came to realize so many people do not want a very huge document that has a lot of information and also a little bit confusing. So it is just direct to the point. What is the policy brief? What is the issue that you are specifically focusing on? Direct to the point. What is the evidence? The reason why we added the aspect of evidence is we want right now to change, I think, the mentality of young people and also policymakers, where as you're pushing for a specific policy, if it is a framework, a commitment, and every single thing, it has to be aligned with evidence. So we are not just guessworking or doing all those particular things. So you're looking at ways in which you are able to engage in different ways. Then there's the context, then the specific recommendations that you want them to be done. So by whom, by when, you have to be concrete and use the particular format of your engagement. So I'll just showing you the tools. So we have all this. If you want to go uh, develop a meeting, specifically, maybe you want to have a meeting with a CC's, the CC's office, or the different ministry, different things. Whatever you have done is develop a template for a young person. Come, fail, whom do you want to meet? Which are the specific core areas that you want to have a little bit of a discussion with? Download it. After you've already downloaded the particular tool, you reach out to you reach out to the specific office that you want to engage with. If you want to plan an event that is aligned with the SDGs, you have your checklist here. If you want to look at the resolution 2250 reference card, you have your information. You have your core information here, where you can get all discussions broken down, made them easier for young people to engage, so that you do not get a little bit so confused, and also get yourself in a little bit of a quagmire where, oh, I want to share recommendations. How will I do it? Which are the specific format in regards to sharing my recommendations or reaching out to these particular people. My core focus maybe is on peace and security, or the implementation of Resolution 2250. There is a template where you can go get information and do all those particular things. Apart from all this, we have this stakeholder mapping tool, mapping matrix in regards to the next time we'll have a discussion, you're talking about quality education, and I ask you who are the specific stakeholders that you have to engage. There is a stakeholder mapping matrix here where you can go, collect your data, look at how are you going to get your particular stakeholders. We have in Kenya, we have here, Kenya, you have your stakeholders name, which are the specific institution, which are the level of engagement, which are the specific sector influence level, a position, and also youth issues. So we are going to be adding more information here, specifically in the context of from the government, and also from the different ministries that we are going to be having. Come, get your particular stakeholder, reach out to them, have a discussion in regards to which are the specific core contexts that you have are to align and also engage with. So these are tools. So as you said, this is a toolkit. Its core focus is to make sure that you have the core tools to make sure that number one, you can follow up when it comes to projects or programs. You can do your review. This is not only just for you as an individual, you can also do as an organization. I know people here, you have your own organizations and you're doing your training and you want to either measure the budget. There's some people who are there who are maybe you have someone from the county, or people are complaining that, oh, this money came to the county, it was not used very well. Whatever you can say is you can remove this budget tracking template, let people feel it. Let's see in regards to the different engagements, so that when you're having a little bit of a discussion with your what do you call with the duty bearer, you have the right information. You're not guessing. You already have the core information. The goodness with these tools is if Maurice, Emmanuel, and for example, yeah, who else is here? Or Kevin, if we all fill a similar project with different information, whatever the tool does, because it's a little bit intertwined with Gemini. Whatever it does is it will look at all those particular projects. If they are aligned or it is the same project, whatever it does, it combines the data, then it puts it as one project, then it creates its variance, looks at which are the specific amounts of money, looks at the different areas. If there is an issue, it will mark it as red. So when you are doing your valuation, or someone is asking you where did you get your data from, it is just easy for you to just open, then you can get your information and also your data from that. So in short, this toolkit, you get your information, you learn what is happening, you participate in core engagement, specifically at national and also at county level. These tools are not only just for the national context, they can also be used specifically for the county context. Get it, get your information, get your data, so that now it aligns with the core specific areas that you are looking into. So apart from all that, um, we have here, so whatever I've just discussed, we have here. So we have advocacy and policy writing, position paper template. If you want to write a position paper, which I think we are going to be developing with the project, can get your template here. Pact advocacy meeting template. If you are specifically having a training that is aligning with the Pact of the future, and you need something that is going to break the Pact of the future to be a little bit simple, we have broken it down here for you. So you have the Google Doc, get your information, engage, do your training. After you've already done the training, collect your data, have concrete information in regards to the basis of your data. When you've already done that, download that particular template, convert it into a report. Now you have quantifiable data rather than just guessworking, or you are just guessing whatever you are doing. So this is regards to advocacy and policy writing. Um, you can see different areas. Then you have governance engagement, quick reference card. This is specifically if you're dealing with the National Youth Council. Right now, the National Youth Council is dealing on the localization of the resolution 2250. You have your reference card here. So as a county, you can come, open your particular the reference card, look at the core specific areas that align with the issues that are affecting your specific county, write it, send it to Collins, who is the representative of the National Youth Council. Then when the National Youth Council is having a discussion on how do we implement or localize Resolution 2250, especially aligning with the county peace committees, he has the information. He's not guessworking. He has information that he has gotten from community members, because they have somewhere that they can feel as easy and faster as possible. For meeting requests, if you want to meet the county or anyone aligned with the Pact of the Future or as a different SDG here. Then I know another thing is also parliamentary submission, because this is one of the core things that people had a little bit of a discussion on parliamentary submission. So you can see we created a template specifically for the parliamentary submission, because we came to realize Parliament asks for people to share information, get data. Then I came to realize we do not have templates that a young person, if they have seen a bill, even if it is a little bit late, they can get somewhere, they can put the information, share the information, then upload this particular submission into the parliamentary system. So we developed something for you. Very simple, very easy. If it is an organization, it's always good and very quite important for you to share as a team rather than just as an individual. We put here, you put your recommendations, which is very clear. You put your recommendation, what is the specificity in regards to that particular recommendation, how actionable is that particular recommendation, which is the specific reference, as I said, for you to share that particular recommendation. As I said, we are moving from making a lot of noise into something that is a little bit concrete. So that is that. So we have also that. Then lastly, for individuals as you guys, we also created toolkits for you for planning and implementation for your organization, for your activities that you're doing at community level. If you want to write a concept note for community engagement, you don't have to kill yourself with a lot of English. Very simple. You can send it, you can invite people, develop it, and also have an event plan, a plan checklist. Let me open this so that people can also see. So you have the event planning checklist. You know what needs to be done, which are the specific areas that you need to be done. Don't worry about the AUNYD. The AUNYD, this is just an example where you see AUNYD. That's where you put your own organization. If there's this, you put your own organization. This is specifically for the purpose of we do not want young people, especially at county, to be waiting for civil society or organizations to do such conversations. Even if you're on TikTok, if you're doing your own activities on TikTok, this helps you understand what are the specific things that we need to cover to make sure that if you're doing an activity, we have covered every single area and reached out to so many people. Then it's also easier for you to know where the specific gaps and specific things that you can do. So these are all for you guys, free of charge. Nothing is going to kill it off. Then definitely reporting and tracking. We have the activity report template. If you have an activity, you can do your report template here. It is going to be measured. So even if you're doing a report, when you put it under the activity report template, it is going to measure the impact of that particular activity. How many people came, which are the specific core recommendations that were gotten, who are the specific people that were engaged, which are the specific action points moving forward. So the activity report template pushes you to a point where you have to do an activity that is impactful. If it is not impactful, the activity report template will reject your activity. So you have to know which are the specific frameworks that you're engaging, and which are the specific areas. This is just to help us not to be highly dependent and waiting for an organization to help us, but we have something that we can support ourselves and also do an engagement. Even if it is 2 or 3 people, we feel it and we also move forward. Then for the youth budget tracking template, this is specifically for budget tracking. And this I made it so that young people should not wait until we get the report from the Auditor General, then we start complaining. You can take this, go to your ward, look at what are the specific projects that are happening, track it, add your data, add your information here, get all the particular information in regards to the same. Then when you're saying when you're meeting your MCA or your county representative, if you're complaining, you have data that is also supporting you. So you're just not complaining in what do you call in a vacuum, and all these particular things. So these are all for you. So I'll be completing. I'm almost finishing. Don't worry, guys. Then this is now for step by step. If there is someone who has not engaged in policy work and they really wish to engage in policy work, and I created this specifically for those who are running engagements or projects or training community members, if it is women, if it is youth, if you're doing your training in schools, and so on and so forth, you have a step-by-step advocacy tool. So you pick your issue, there's policy frameworks here where you can get, these are the specific frameworks that that you can engage with, where we'll be adding more and more. You have the county tracks. If you are focused on a specific country, you can get your country tracks. If you press it, it takes you directly to the country tracks. Map of your stakeholders. You can download the stakeholder matrix, move around. Who are the specific stakeholders? Who are the right holders? Who is in charge of what? So if you're talking about the main road in Uasin Gishu, who is in charge of it? It's not everyone. Maybe it's not the governor. Maybe it is Kora. Maybe it is Kera. Maybe it is a different area. So the stakeholder matrix helps you move away from complaining broadly, but you know who specifically are we reaching out to. If a school has not been built, we know who we are reaching out to. We're not just shouting, but you're going to the specific person who is in charge of that particular thing. Then we have build your case. Where you are building your case, now we have the brief, policy brief, if it is a policy brief that you want to share. Position paper is always to critique. So we take the youth bill and you critique it. So you break it down, you critique it, but the only way you can critique and you can share it with either the Ministry of Youth or the National Youth Council, specifically in a clear framework, it is always under the position paper. So you find Uasin Gishu has created its own position paper when it comes to the youth bill. So where you have your preamble, issue statement, core policy gaps, which are the specific gaps that you have identified, evidence to show this particular policy gap. So you're not just saying things. You have to have evidence, the context and the framework, specifically in regards to which are the specific the policy gaps. Then framework, which framework? Relevant provisions, which are the specific relevant provisions. Government commitments, what has government committed to? Who has committed to what? If it is the county, if they've committed, you write it here so that when someone is reading this particular position paper, they know, we are the ones who committed to do this, but we didn't do it. So there is this particular gap. Or they've committed to do something and we all know they're not going to do it. Yeah, there's some things people do say, and you guys just know they're not going to do it. I'll just give an example. The Ndithi is it the Ndithi, the Ndithi Bridge. For the past 6 years, we have been told the Ndithi Bridge is being built. We had 5 billion that was released. We had another, I think, 6 billion that was released. We had another 4 billion that was released. Last week, we also had the president also talking about another money that was released. So we have a project. What are the relevant provisions? Definitely there are specific provisions in regards to development and development structures. If the bridge is falling under a specific county, is it a county road? Is it a national road? If it is a national road, which are the specific relevant provisions in regards to the same? So someone cannot just come and say we are going to give 5 billion to create maybe, for example, Ndithi Road. But if you look at the budget that was passed, there is nothing. So it is easier for you to say, no. Based on the previous budget, this was not budgeted for, which means even if you have committed to it, you won't do it because it is not under the budget that was given. Then you share your recommendations. So different recommendation. Recommendation 1, we have broken it down so that it makes it a little bit easier for everyone, so that you do not have a lot of Kiswahili, a lot of English, and so on and so forth. That you take your action, then you track your impact. So this is where you score. So here you can score your country. This is specifically in regards to policy implementation. If you guys find your time, you can sit down and score your country so that you can see. You'll be shocked when you see the data that we have collected. Then definitely upcoming events and so on and so forth. This is specifically for join the movement. If you want to join, for people who are in the community that you want them to use this particular tool, you can ask them to join the community so that if anything comes, they can get a notification in regards to the same. I know someone will ask me, with all this information, where can we get data? So you can see we have 6 total scorecard responses. Emmanuel's response is one of this. Emmanuel's response is one of this. So here you can come, we score, countries that have been covered, we only have Tanzania. We did an activity with Tanzania. Then we also have Kenya. Then we have the Pact score based on average. Then also based on average SDG score. As you can see, uh, in Kenya, in Africa, in the East African region, we are at 3. We are a little bit slightly past midpoint. If you put all the East African countries together, not individual countries, if you put individual countries, I think Kenya is at, I think 1.5, 1.5 or something. Then the average score in regards to African Union implementing and also realization of the African Union engagements, we are also still at a very low. It's really funny that we are also in Kenya. We have countries are focused more on the Pact of the Future because it is aligned with the United Nations, and they have forgotten that as Africa we have our own structure, especially like the resolution 2250. So for those who want to use this tool to get your data, you can come. If you want to know about Kenya, just come, put Kenya, enter, then you can see 3 records in regards to the pact, 10 in regards to the different chapters. 10 are the ones that are a little bit active. Doesn't mean that it's fully implemented. They're active but not fully implemented. SDGs same. AU policies 9 in regards to the resolution 2250. The ones that based on the commitment of the country in regards to the scores, we are still very low, brothers. Very, very, very low. So here you can come, you can see your data. Let me just show you guys this so that people do not say, oh, Moses has just developed something. There is nothing that is being shown. As you can see, as I told you, we had an activity in Tanzania, then you also had an activity in Kenya. Youth participation, Kenya, very high. You can see. Tanzania, we don't have to talk about it, you guys know. Digital cooperation, definitely Kenya. Tanzania, trying to grow. Peace and security, Kenya, the biggest issue that is affecting Kenya is political intolerance and resource distribution. But in regards to the broader aspect of the East African region, we are not that far. In regards to Tanzania, trying are so hard. The problem with Tanzania scoring a little bit lower is because of their political environment and also other issues in regards to the country itself. So I'm just giving you examples as you can see so that you know how you can use this. So you see SDG scores. Do you know SDGs? Definitely so many young people know SDGs in Kenya. Tanzania, we have a little bit of a problem away from it. So this is something that you can use. So remember, just because you're using the tools, it doesn't mean that we cannot see the data and the information that you are engaged or engaging with. So we can see the data, we can see the information. When you share, we can see the data. At the end of the year, we come and sit down and see, okay, how many people have been engaged, which are the specific scores when it comes to countries like, for example, in Kenya, um, who is being engaged, which are the specific recommendations. So you can see barriers and recommendations. We have, this is really funny that I wanted to share this with you guys. The most under-implemented framework is SDG 8 in regards to employment. We have a very huge issue, especially in regards to employment in the context of the East African region, not only just Kenya. And the reason is our leaders do not know how to align what employment in the context of young people means. Most of the core focus of especially governments and also in counties, when they talk about engagement of youth in employment, their core focus is employing. Like nitakupatia kakazi, nitakuingiza mahali, nitakufanya nini. However, that scores very little when it comes to issues to do with employment because it is not sustainable and not that well consistent. That's why it is scoring very high when it comes to issues to do with that particular lack of its implementation. But we have aspects like education, where we're not, it's not bad. We're trying a little bit. Then civic action. The reason why civic action is scoring very well is in the context of Kenya. So Kenya covers the region itself. If there is an issue in Tanzania, Kenyans will be there. If there's an issue in Uganda, Kenyans will be there. And through that, we have civic education specifically in the East African region. So don't worry. So this is just to show you how this works. So you'll have this tool. I think Emmanuel will share this link with you guys. Use it. It is yours. It's not ours. Its core importance is to make sure that we are able to measure and we are able to quantify whatever we are doing. We're just not talking and doing nothing. Another thing that I also shared, you also saw, I told you about activities. It reports the activities that you do. So you can see we have had two activities, the one we did in Uasin Gishu, then the other one that we did in Tanzania. Total number of participants, uh, women and girls. You guys think we engage a lot of women and girls, a little bit of a problem. PWDs, a little bit of a problem. You guys, we also saw in our engagement, we didn't have someone with people with disability. So it scores. Looks at whatever you do, it scores. Which are the type of engagement that we're particularly having? It scores, shares, and also gives the core recommendations in regards to the core engagement. Then you have the activity, and all this. So this is for you guys, an engagement. Before I move to the county specific tool that we are going to measure specifically the activities that we're particularly doing, is there anyone who has a question or needs a little bit of clarity or needs a little bit of information in regards to this this particular tool, national tool? Anyone? Or is everyone good, happy, and everything na the move na easy? You guys can find here events where you can also apply. These events are live. So news and opportunities, they are live. Also these regional international events, these are live. They're the ones that are ready for us to apply, and it what do you call, it serves youth-focused high-level engagements and also policy-focused high-level engagements. So you can see these are specifically for the African Union and the UN. Then for the national activities, we are going to be adding them here in collaboration with the National Youth Council and also the Ministry of Youth. Okay, I will stop there. Anyone who has a question, anyone who needs a little bit of clarity in regards to the same, anyone who needs more. If you want to know more about the toolkit, please come here and you'll read how it works. I'll keep quiet. I keep on saying I'm keeping quiet and I'm not. Anyone who has a question? I see people still there. I thought you guys had left me. If everything is good, or maybe I think whatever we're going to do is we will share this with you. Then you guys are going to use it. Then if anyone has a question, maybe you guys can what do you call? I can share either through the group, if that is okay. Hapo mko sawa watu wangu? Mko sawa? Ah, ah.
Uh,
Okay, mko sawa.
Maurice, you've done a very good job.
Yes.
Maurice, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
Can you hear
clearly.
me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Won- Wonderful, wonderful. Now, thank you for the good work. This is a very, very detailed toolkit that you have released. And I think I want to encourage our youth in our county to use it. And I don't know how well every ward is represented. If I can ask that question directly to our young man, Collins, are all the 30 wards in the county represented here? How well are they represented?
Emmanuel, that is for you.
Uh, It was for Collins, actually,
Oh,
or
Collins. Oh,
Emmanuel, if
Collins.
he has the answer.
Is Collins here? Ah, Collins is here. Guys,
I guess,
unmute yourselves. Guys,
I
unmute
guess.
yourselves. Bantu ba Kenya.
Apparently, Bantu wa Kenya.
Bantu ba
And
Kenya.
it looks like Collins is not with us.
It's
Is
okay.
Collins with us?
I can see
Emmanuel,
him.
do you have that data? Emmanuel.
Emmanuel is with us, but Emmanuel doesn't have his microphone on.
Okay, well, then
He has
what I
unmuted.
wanted to.
Hi, Maurice.
Oh,
Hi.
Sorry, I was having some issues.
Mhm. Someone, they've asked a question. How well represented are the wards in here?
Hmm. Um, I'm not so sure about that. Probably, I think Collins might be knowing better. And probably, if I can check with individuals which wards they're coming from. But I believe sub-county wise, every sub-county is represented.
Perfect.
then that's good. Because what I wanted to say, Morris, is
Yeah.
to encourage our youth in the county to make use of this tool
Yeah.
and make sure that they are involved in what is happening in our county, because that's the only way that we can be impactful in our county. And listening and watching what you have released this afternoon, I think we have the right tool in our hands to do exactly that, to be involved and to be engaged in what is happening uh, in every area in our county. So I want to encourage. Let's go out there. Let's recruit more or train more youth. And encourage our youth to get involved, not just, because I know we are headed to a very interesting season
Yeah.
politically in our nation. And we need to just, we need to get involved intellectually, uh, not just in empty noise, empty complaints that will not get us anywhere. And
Yeah.
we can be pace setters in the nation as a county. That's what I wanted to say, Maurice.
Thank you so much. There's someone there's some young guys in Nairobi that we shared the toolkit, this toolkit, the national one with them. Then they said this is the tool, this is what they're going to use to measure who the leaders that already exist. If they score below 70%, we remove them. We remove them because now it will be on the basis of which are the specific core projects that they're particularly doing. But I think whatever I encourage is the toolkit is for young people. It is open. They are able to use it. Use it. For me, I always say use it maximally to make sure that at the end of the day you align with those core specific projects that you are particularly having. So, if there is no one else was to share, I think whatever we need also to add is now the work or discuss on the core toolkit that it is now county specific. So this is specifically the one that I was saying. This is going now to be used specifically for the Uasin Gishu County. We made it easier. We didn't want to put it as what do you call only as a website. I wanted to make it as simple and easy as possible, where someone can also use their phone to add data and also add information. So this is an AUNYD youth monitoring and evaluation tool, and this is specifically for young people at the county. Do your own monitoring and evaluation, get your own data, get your own information. I look at the specific projects that are happening at county level. Remember, the bigger toolkit looks at policy frameworks, looks at which are the specific activities that are implementing the policy frameworks, and it also builds on how are they specifically aligning with the African Union tools. How are they also aligning with the United Nations resolutions, because countries ratify these particular resolutions. They are given resources. I always tell people every single time you see the meeting that happens at the United Nations in September, whatever resolution that they pass and countries ratify, that is where money goes. That is where funding goes. That's where engagement goes, which means countries get finances and resources because they have particularly ratified these particular resolutions. However, because people don't know about it, that's why that's why we had the issue with IMF. We said, no, 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 there's some things here that you are hiding, putting them, calling them different things, but they are loans and they're specifically aligned with specific resolutions that were passed, and whatever the finances that were given were supposed to action or implement those particular resolutions, so that now you can move forward even as you pay. So it's quite important for you to also review and also look at which are the specific core areas that your country is looking into. That is for the bigger toolkit. Now here is where now you have a discussion now with your county. This is where now you fight with your MCA. This is where now you fight with your governor. Whatever we're saying is now we bring all these things, now we bring it to the ground. Where now, when you're doing a review, let's tell people it's quite important as the Auditor General does a review for the county. It is also quite important for the citizens also to also do their own review for the county. What was the budget that was shared to the county? Which were the specific projects that the county said that they are going to do? Where did they say they're going to do? Is there a young person in that particular place that they is there a specific young person in that particular place who is able to see that particular project, able to follow up, able to review, and able to see is it working or is it not particular working? So that now we do not have, we do not hear government saying we are building 20 stadiums, but realistically, when you start moving, you realize they created pillars, then the project stopped. However, when they move around, they say we are developing 50 stadiums. Another thing that I was also looking into was in regards to teachers. We have employed 42,000 teachers. But however, you come to realize some of the teachers were interns and they have been interns for a very long time. Government says they are employed, but when you go and meet the teachers, they say, no, 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 we are interns. We are not fully employed. We do not have a contract and we do not have all these particular things. So it is easier for you to know what is happening and also what is not happening. Then also scoring better projects. People can be saying, oh, the government is not focusing or investing in agriculture. There is nothing that is being done in agriculture. And maybe you are in a community where the government is doing something in regards to agriculture. You use this. You go collect your data, take pictures, upload it. Then whatever we say, when someone says, no, this is not happening, say, no, 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 no. I live here. This project is happening. This is the project ID. This is the how much finances that were released. This is the percentage of the finances that were used. And this is where it has reached. Is it stalled or is it particularly moving? So this is the tool that is going to be used. This tool I had two options. Maybe you guys will advise me. It can be either we can choose where it is going to stay. It is going to either through AUNYD, if it is through AUNYD, and this is through Emmanuel, where we will help in regards to making sure that even as we collect more data and collect more information, the line is able to get this particular data very well. Or will it be under the National Youth Council so that young people at ward level collect data? Then Collins, who is seated at the county level in regards to the National Youth Council, gets all information based on all projects that are happening at the county. He doesn't need to go to the county. All he needs to do is call young people in that particular ward. Tell them, take 2 minutes, take 5 minutes, fill this, give me information, take pictures, and put where the specific areas that this particular project is happening. Then Collins has all this particular data. So next time he's having a conversation with the county, especially in regards to the implementation of specific projects, and he says there's particular gaps somewhere, he has data. He can say, no, 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 no. I have someone who is in a specific ward. If you say this particular project is happening, it is not happening. And if they tell you, how do you know? There are pictures. We can see pictures. There are pictures here to show that these were not happening. Based on the timeline of the pictures, this picture was taken yesterday or was taken 1 week ago. So that is this that is going to happen. Let me just move faster. Here you can get all information in regards to the tool. Whatever you feel, because you can see this is what I and Emmanuel failed. Where we failed 2 projects that I think you guys can see, and whatever the dashboard does, it quantifies for you. So you don't have stress in regards to, what is happening. It will quantify. Even if we have 1,000 people filling this particular form, it will come and it will share all this, how many projects are being tracked, how many physical projects are in your county, because you remember budgets do not only focus on physical projects, also there are policies that are being done. How many are being done? How much did the county get in regards to the total budget based on projects? Remember, we have finances for what do you call? We have finances for salaries and all these particular things. I've come to realize people focus so much on the salaries because that's where we waste a lot of money. Here we can also look at which are the specific budgets that have been allocated for projects. So it is easier for you to go to koti mbili ama ni koti moja koti moja karibu I almost said koti mbili. You guys will have killed me. So when koti moja says, this money came in, tell them no, 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 no. Out of a budget of 6 billion, the only amount of money that you put for particular project is only 50 million. And for the 50 million, you are supposed to implement maybe 20 projects. It's unrealistic. Doesn't make sense, which means there will be a lot of stalled projects, there will be a lot of at-risk projects, and there will be a lot of not started projects. But you see, if you go to a county where they're spending more in regards to projects, you'll find for their county, when they're looking at this particular toolkit, most of their projects and programs are going to be on the green, on track, they're running very well, or complete, they've already been particularly completed. And with all this, there are pictures that show and also follow up. So you find after a year, unajua MCA wako anafanya kazi gani, unajua gavana wako anafanya kazi gani, na unajua ni vitu gani inafanyika. You see, so that we do not also guess in one way or another. So we have the dashboard, shares all the information. So in regards to the toolkit itself, we have a couple of areas. We have the project master, where now we share different projects. The different projects here. Oh, sorry. Wait. So we put here projects. So we have Kapsaret Youth Empowerment Center. We have the Soy Community Health Center, sector, youth and sports, which sector, health. So you can drop down and choose. You see, you can choose which are the specific sectors. So you're not guessing. As we are saying, you're not in the game. We are not, as we move towards 2027 or as we move towards the future, we are not guessworking. So it is something specifically added on the data. Then which is a project type? Is it a physical project? Is it a policy or service, I said, or is it a hybrid? Where we are looking into a policy, for example, the development of TVETs. So development of TVETs, we have the national policy, but the county has to break down that particular policy that aligns specifically for their county. So there are monies that come that are aligned towards the localization and also converting the national policy into county-specific strategies. So that is at the policy level. Then you find when they've already done that, they need now to start implementing a physical activity. For example, maybe Uasin Gishu has said we are going to do 2 pilots to see how it particularly works. So you find that is a hybrid project because it has both physical and every single thing. And then implementation level, is it the county government that is implementing? You remember when I was talking about roads, is it a county road? Is it a national road? Who is specifically the core person that we need to reach out to when it comes to this particular county? So we have the national government, county government joined, that those that are joined, for example, in Nairobi, right now, roads, waste management, lighting, right now are joint national projects. So when you quantify it, you cannot just complain only to Sakaja, you have to complain also to the national government. It's not us who told them to do it, it is them who said they're going to do it. So we will align it with that. For example, in Uasin Gishu, I think there is a hospital that needs to be built. So it is for you to know, is it the national government that is building that particular hospital? Is it the county government that is doing that particular hospital? Or is it World Bank doing that particular project? Because sometimes you might think it is money coming from the coffers, but it is not coming from the coffers. It is coming from an international donor. So that now governors kuja anza kusema oh, mimi ndo nilijenga hizi mashule hapa, mimi ndo nilifanya nini, when it was finances that came from World Bank. You see, makes it easier, helps us in regards to following up and all these particular things. Which is the lead institution? Is it the county? Is it development agenda? Here you feel it because different projects have specific different leading institutions. You might find one is being run by a CBO. The county, yes, is the county that is implementing, but it wants to implement it specifically through maybe local CBOs and so on and so forth. Then you have the sub-county, very easy, put your sub-county here. That's why I said this is specifically for Uasin Gishu. If I fill here information and I'm filling information for Kakamega, it will reject it. So mtu hawezi kuja na tafuta project yenye haikuwa implemented afu aeke hapa, itasema no, there is nothing like that, it is not happening or something of the sort. Or if someone comes and puts here a project, then they say it is in a specific word, and you guys know it is not in that particular specific word. It is easier for someone to just come here and say, no, this particularly, this is a lie. When did the project start? When was it expected to end? These are very big problem, especially in regards to national projects. Kuna mauwanja mzee za mpira zimekuwa zikijengwa since. You come and put it here, which are the specific total budget that was given, how much was spent. The reason why I came here in regards to budget spent, you have to break it down into several ways or think in different ways. If the government was given money to build a school, then it converted that amount of money and used it in a different project and not building school. Under budget spent, it is zero, even if the budget was allocated. You see? Zero. Because you will have to measure that particular project aside. You cannot say, no, we got money and we moved it to something different. It was not budgeted for. When they were passing the county budget, that was something that was not budgeted for, which means they have diverted finances that were supposed to do something, they've converted it into something else. However, there are sometimes county governments have to redirect finances. For example, things to do with emergencies, things to do with all these particular things. Still, budget is going to be zero, but now you'll come and develop a different project here, put the name of that particular project, add the particular details. Under the budget allocated, you'll put a zero because there was no budget that was allocated for that particular activity. However, even if it was an emergency, that then how much was spent, this amount was spent, it is easy. So that when someone says, oh, we spent this amount of money, or we spent this particular area, it is easier for you to come and tell them, no, 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 no. The money was for schools. You used it to build banks. Yes, the banks are okay, but remember, there's still no schools. You see, so you do not get a little bit confused. Then we have absorption percentage. This is the basis of how is it being absorbed. If it was if the finances were to build a school and it is 100% being focused on building the particular school, then you look at the what do you call, how much has it been absorbed, which means where is the project at the particular moment. Is it specifically aligning with the budget? Isikuwe county ilipatiwa 50 million ya shule, governor akakata akasema 10 million itaenda kwake, 5 million itaenda kwa mjama wa contract, then hiyo pesa ingine ndio inaenda kwa project. The absorption in regards to that particular finances is low. It is not that particular those particular finances. Hapa ndo mtajua kwa kweli kazi ya kufuatilia county si mchezo. Then there's composite score based on in regards to status. Is it moving? Is it at risk? Has it stalled? Has it not started? Or has it been completed? You come and you calculate. This is going to be calculated in regards to the composite score based on whatever you have shared and the information that you have shared here. It will calculate it by itself. Then last verified, when was it verified? When was that particular budget verified at the county level, so that we are also on the same page, so that mtu asikuja sema nyinyi, oh Lord, something has happened. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you're still audible.
Oh,
You're still audible, Maury.
sorry. No, it is my laptop acted up, but I think now it's okay. Okay. I'll be finishing. Don't worry, guys. Last verified. When was it verified? Verified by who? Who went to collect this data to make sure that they understood the project was done. So if you are looking at, you guys were saying there is a hospital that they say they're going to build and every single thing. Then there is a young person who is in that particular ward where that particular project is being done. That is the young person that you reach out to. So you find most people that are going to be focused here are people that are engaged maybe at the National Youth Council. So you find Collins has his team of data collectors, specifically at the county level. So specific Maurice Andati, he's the one who verified, took pictures, did every single thing. Then they write their notes here. So the project stalled. It reached a particular point, then it particularly stalled. Is it because of finances, or is it not because of finances? As I'd said, if 50 people put the same project, the soy community health center, whatever this tool is going to do is after a month, sorry, not after a month, after a week, it comes, it reviews. If it sees 6 projects have been written soy community health center, it quantifies those particular data based on how much money, how much finances that were shared, does every single thing. If there are a little bit of discrepancies, whatever it's going to do is that whole section it is going to put soy community health into a bracket, give it one project ID, then it is going to align it or mark it as red, so that when the person who's coming to quantify, for example, Collins is coming to check, he will see there's something red here. So whatever he's going to do is he's going to reach out to the person who is at community at the ward. Call, say, hi, how are you? Are you able to tell me, how is this project running? How is it going? How much was this? He can call 2 or 3 people to confirm, so that now he can understand where the project is. Has it stalled, or is it particularly moving? This not done manually. It will do it by itself. So here, just project master, which are the specific projects. Then we have physical projects, definitely. As I told you, it's a tool. It has to make sure everything aligned. So if someone cooks information on this tool, it will throw it away. Yeah, you see? So you remember at Project Master, we put soil community under physical project because it's a physical project. You come and also add it here. Who is the contractor? Put the name. If you go to every county, there is a contractor. They've written there is a placard, specific contractor. There's also a contractor number. You put it there. Contact the goodness. All this information is always at that particular information. Contract value. It's always information. You can open the county and also see how much was allocated for this particular project, how much was disbursed based on county documents. This amount of money was dispersed. As I always hear, aye, but 60 million was dispersed. What happened in regards to the same? So you come, if it was dispersed fully, yes, it was dispersed 100%. When was it planned to be done? They always have that particular placard. You go get your particular data there. Then this, when you add here, it is also going to help in regards to quantify at the project master. So it will also look at the project master, then it also quantifies it. Then quality. Here is always where we always have a problem. And I know this is where we'll have problems specifically with the people at the county. Someone has built a road, the road doesn't have drainage, the road doesn't have, what do you call, it doesn't have walk lanes, the road doesn't have bicycle lanes, the road doesn't have all these particular things. So you find the road has been built, but everything has been done, but the quality is very poor, which means 2 or 3 years down the line, they are going to allocate another budget for repairing of that particular item. You put it, it is here. So a young person, when you're doing your annual engagement or discussion, or when you're going to do when the budget process starts, before you even start discussing about the other new budget, this is what you bring. You say, no, 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 no. There's a certain amount of money that was given for this particular project. The disbursement was full. In regards to its implementation, it was not done very well. So why are we also having a discussion in this budget cycle to add more money for that particular project? Whatever they're going to say, blah, 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 they're going to say. Then safety and signage compliant, quite important. Are they compliant or are they not compliant? One of the reason why we put safety and signage compliance is because we came to realize we are having a very huge problem or an issue in regards to people being compliant in regards to the rules and regulations. If you are to build a house, where's jenga nini building from beacon to beacon? Sindio? So is it compliant or are they not particularly compliant? The court said this particular hospital should not be built in a park. But the county government decides, man, we don't care. We are going to do it and put it on the park. Yes, it's a health hospital, but it's not compliant, which means why later another leader might come and might say we're not going to use that facility. Now he has to spend another money to build another core facility. So it becomes a little bit of misuse of resources and all those particular things. Then public participation held. Was public participation held? If it was held, if I can call the county, are they able to share with me the documentation that was done in regards to public participation? If they are not able to, then hiyo ilikuwa tu mchezo wa town. Watu walikuja wakapiga kelele, wakanini wakaenda. Which means there are always information at the county and also at national level when public participation is done, which means, and it is a public record where you can request, they'll share it with you. If they're not able to share it with you, anza kusema oh, sijui ilifanyika nini, definitely 100%. Hata kama watu wanaenda kwa mkutano na hawezi kukupatia hizo feedback, porojo mingi. Issue observed individually. What have you realized? As I said, which are the specific issues? When was the last time you visited that particular site? You remember I told you we can have as many every single month. Maybe people in the county can be coming every single month, sharing all these particular things. If they add all this information, it will combine. Then it says, this project was verified this month, this particular month. And through all the reviews that have been happening after every 2 months, 3 months, 2 months, 3 months, 2 months, 3 months, when I open the toolkit that particular date, it will tell me if it is working or it is not particularly working. Then verified by who? Then photo log. This photo log reference is going to be, there's a place here where we are going to have pictures. As I told you, sahi hakuna michezo ya watu wanaongea tu. There must be evidence. So you take your photo log, take a picture. When you upload your photo, it is going to give you a photo log. Automatically, it gives you a specific photo log, and it aligns with the particular project that you have given. So it will give you that reference number. When it gives you that reference number, that's what you come and add here. Which means if you come and quantify a project here and you do not have a photo log, and you have not added here, it is going to mark it as red, which means the information that has been shared is not full. There are specific gaps in regards to that particular information, and it needs to be shared. You see? So, so this is specifically project, same and similar in regards to policy, but different size of policy. We have policy, service, we have a policy, we have bill. Is it a bill? Is it just a regulation? Is it a service or a program? A service program, a health, education, waste management, security, and all these particular things. Those are services that need to be provided by the county. So you put it as a service. County plan is the strategy. Which are the specific county plan that the county has? Maybe the county has a plan in regards to employment opportunity by TVETs. That's specific. They're building TVETs and something of the sort. But it is a strategy for 5 years. So it is a plan. They have this particular plan. It is going to be budgeted for. There are specific finances for that particular plan. Is it happening or is it not happening? So that we differentiate policy and also county plans, because county plans come from existing policy or bills. So how do you make sure that you align with it? Regulation, there's issues to do with peace and security in the area, and the county has developed a specific regulation to align on issues to do with peace and security. It might not stay for a very long time. It is maybe for a specific period of time. After some time, it is going to leave. Or it is specific for Uasin Gishu. It is not going to be the same in Nairobi. It's not going to be the same in a different area. So it's a specific for that specific area. So it falls under bill or regulation. Bill, definitely you guys know, day-to-day running, policy, day-to-day running. Regulation, it is for a specific purpose. There's an issue, you want that particular thing to be done, the county has made these particular measures, you put it as a regulation. Is it working or is it not working? So kama ile the youth bill, sijui kama Collins ako hapa, tutaweka the youth, sijui kama imeshakuwa hapo nini, kama iko hapa, is it active or is it not active? Hapa sasa tutajua kama hiyo document wanasemanga tu we have, na kumbe hata haiko action, kumbe tu ni porojo kwa mtaa here. Yes.
Morris.
Yes, nakusikia. Collins.
Yes, sir.
Ndio huyo Collins guys. Ndio amekuja sasa. Takupiga ngumi wewe.
Nimekuwa hapa tu kabisa, nimemulika.
Perfect. Tutaendelea tu, usijali, you'll have questions later. Don't worry.
Sawa, tuende kazi. Naona unafanya kazi nzuri, pongezi.
Papa, don't worry. So hapa kuna
youth bills iko kwa act of parliament namba ngapi sasa hii?
Nini? Iko
reading number 3.
Takan ilikuwa when we were in Uasin Gishu, it was supposed to go to the third reading.
Yes.
Third reading. But I've not had but sioni kama, I won't lie to you, sioni kama itaniniwa.
We'll update.
Hiyo itafanyika kama elections zishafanyika. Watu hawaamini nyinyi vijana, watu waamini sisi vijana. Then implementation stage, the way they've just asked the youth bill, is it still a draft? Has it been tabled? Has it been enacted? Is it operational? Is it under review or has it been suspended? Under review, it is already an act. Now people are having action, but there are some particular gaps that have been there. Then the what do you call the Senate or the Parliament, that is at national level, at county level, because this is going to be specifically for county level. At county level, we passed the youth bill, but we realized there are a lot of gaps. It has already been enacted, it is action, but it is under review in regards to particular things, and the county maybe has requested for public participation and so on and so forth, so that now you can send your position papers and so on and so forth. You come and put it under review. So usikuja useme it is operational, it is still under review. You put it here. Sasa ile watu wanasema tulipitisha hiyo policy, iko ni active. Naambia hapana, it's not, still under review. Ama bado mjapata pesa meniniwa but hakuna pesa or it has been particularly suspended. Public awareness, how is the public awareness high? Is it low? Is it medium? And I always say this is in regards to, for example, as I said, there are so many people. So you find Collins has representatives at the wards. If all people at the ward share and go and look at that particular policy, they review, they talk to people, and they realize that so many people do not know. If out of maybe, for example, 5 sub-counties or wards, for example, let's say out of 10 wards, then from the 10 words, 6 of those particular words, no one even knows about that particular information when they have been listed here, because it is going to be on the same youth policy. The system itself will calculate, then it's going to do an average. Then it's going to tell you, that particular policy, its knowledge or information is low. So whatever Collins is going to do when he does his, community engagement, or the National Youth Council is doing civic education in Uasin Gishu, and it is focusing on a couple of things, Collins will come here and say, so kuna bill number 1, kuna bill number 2, kuna bill number 3, enye there is a little bit of lack of information. Ama information haiko sana. So it is easier for Collins under the National Youth Council to go to the county and say, we need a budget for awareness in regards to this particular bill, so that now so many people are able to know more about it. Our county people or our community people able to access and also understand this particular bill. So we kill off the aspect of redundancy, so that now si kila saa before Collins under the National Youth Council enda afanye civic education, lazima akae chini aseme sasa tunaenda kuongelea nini, tuna focus kwa bill gani, then anajipata ameenda kwa community, then you are giving information on a bill that people already know. Watakuja tu watachukua sitting allowance, then they leave. So helps you in regards to killing of redundancy. Citizen access, can citizen access this particular, if it is a particular policy or a service that is being provided? It can be at the county level, inaweza kuwa imeandikwa, lakini at ward level haipatikani. You guys remember the discussion ya tech hubs? Nikumbuka wajamaa wa county wakasema ziko, kwani si ziko? Then we came to realize ni buildings tu ndo ziko. Kumbe hakuna nini active. Sasa ina nini? So you find there is no access in regards to the same. Okay, beneficiaries reached. How many people? Which means you can use this, go to that particular space, say, how many people do you train if it is a digital hub and the policy? How many people have been affected? If it is a policy on maternal health, and we have been having a really huge problem in regards to maternal death when they're giving birth. And Uasin Gishu developed a county to support this particular system. And it has already been implemented, and the county has made sure that it has to be implemented and actioned in every hospital. It is easier for you to go and look at, okay, when this policy was implemented, how many women were affected? Right now, how many are benefiting from it? The goodness with this information, you can get them. Data utapatiwa. Watakupatia majina za watu, but it is easier for them to tell you. Watakuonyesha, no. Tulikuwa tuna hawa ndo walikuwa na nini. Since the policy has been implemented, we have been able to help almost 50 or 60 60 women who have gone through this particular center and they were helped in one way or another. Unaweka hapa beneficiaries. Kama ni employment, walisema wanatengeneza TVET, wakapitisha policy ya ku make sure TVET ni free. Education ya TVET ni free. Tunakuja tunaandika hapa, haya, vile walisema TVET za Uasin Gishu ni free. Ni watu wangapi wame benefit since isemwe? Wameka hiyo hub. Ni watu wangapi since itengenezwe wamekuwa trained, wakagraduate, wakamaliza? Unaandika hapa. Unaweza kuwa wametengeneza wamespend hiyo pesa yote na kumbe wana training tu watu 5. So unapata that was waste of resources. Geographic coverage, how many counties? Bottleneck identified, what are the issues? Is it awareness? Blah, blah, blah. Last reviewed, as I said, put here, put the name. It will quantify, look at which are the specific areas, what the particular people, then it will put the name of the last person who did the last review and regards to that particular project. Makes it easier for someone like Emmanuel to go and reach out to this particular individual, because definitely we will know who are collecting data and know who are doing all these particular things. Sasawa, watu wangu, vijana mtafanya kazi. Employment, this covers aspects of employment, which are the specific projects, how many has it created jobs, how many young people. So tuseme tu ati vijana walipatiwa wangapi. Kama ni construction wanasemanga affordable housing has employed 6,000 people. Tunakuja kuandika hapa. Hii affordable housing yenye iko Uasin Gishu iko ward gani? How many people wamekuwa employed kwa hiyo affordable housing? Wameandikwa kazi wangapi? Vijana ni wangapi? Wanawake wameandikwa ni wangapi? Specifically direct jobs ni wangapi wamepata direct jobs from this? Na tume break down zote. Kuna youth jobs, kuna women jobs, kuna people with disability, kuna also men. Tuwezi acha tu nini? Also wanaume wangapi wameandikwa? It will calculate. When you do all those particular things, it will calculate itself out of 100, then it will give you a particular percentage. If it goes below 50, it will change the color. If it goes below, I think it is below 15%, it becomes red. See? Hapo inasema no. People are not needing. So it is easier for you to know if, for example, Collins is writing a report for the county, for the National Youth Council, specifically in the context of how many young people have benefited from projects from government. He doesn't have to go and count people 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he doesn't. Word people, collect data, wameiweka hapa, whatever he just needs to do, come, open it, it will give him a percentage, it will give him a number, download it, share the particular data. So we are killing off hizo stories redundancy. Indirect jobs. Mimi nimeandikwa kazi ya mjengo pale nitangaje affordable housing, kwa sababu nimeandikwa kazi ya mjengo pale affordable housing, nikapata tu cash tu pesa, nikanunua pikipiki. Kwa hiyo pikipiki nikaandika watu wengine kazi. Indirect jobs have been affected, so that we can quantify hizi vitu, so that tusikienge tu affordable housing has given 50,000 jobs. How do you quantify it? So that now isikwe yes imeandika 50,000 people, but we are seeing an increase in regards to employment. It helps you understand where are the gaps in regards to the same. Average wage, job duration. The reason why we added this is because a very simple thing. Construction jobs are not permanent contracts. So if affordable housing has employed 5,000 people, for example, in Uasin Gishu, the project is going to take 3 or 4 months, which means after 3 or 4 months, there are some people who are going to go back to kuna watu watarudi back to unemployment. So the reason why we put this is just to help counties to plan, so that they know they can plan way forward. So they know we're doing this particular project, has employed this particular number of people, but this project is going to end this particular day. So what next? Whom do we engage more, or which are the specific other projects that can start implementation when the affordable housing project is almost ending? Unaona, out of all these particular people, ni wangapi watakuwa absorbed, wafanyenge cleaning, wa collect takataka, wafanye nini in that particular project? Unaona, kuna mtu lazima alete mafuta ya hiyo generator, kwa sababu affordable housing zote zitakuwa na generator. Kuna watu wanafanya nini? So how do you quantify short term, long term job opportunities? And this is specifically for young people. Skills transfer iko hapo, fundi Uasin Gishu kulikuwa na fundi wawili, sasa kuna fundi wa 10. Naona hapa tunaweka mpaka wale watu wa social media. So mlisikia government ina spend pesa kwa watu wa social media, tunaandika hapa. Na watu wa social media lazima tuandike hapa wanaongezwa wangapi, na if this government ends, will the contract still continue or will the next government change it? Which means if they change it, we're going to have another issue. We are going to have a really huge gap in regards to employment. So it makes it easier for you to quantify in your county the unemployment rate. So tusikwetu tunasema young people are not unemployed. What do you mean young people are not unemployed? Maybe young people wanataka kupatiwa kazi, kukaa kwa ofisi, na county imetengeneza kazi ya kufanya kazi kwa mkono, na wataki hiyo kazi ya mkono. So kama wataki hiyo kazi ya mkono, sisi kusema no. Hii ilitengenezwa but haikuwa na nini. Hapo unajaza hapo kwa employment. Impact, tunakuja ndio tujue hii kitu iko impactful ama haiko impactful. You come and you fill it here. Makes it easier. Who compiled it? When did they particular compile? Recommendation, mitigation, which are the specific mitigation, risk, time of closure, in regards to the particular project, as I said, resources needed. Kwanza hii tutakana tujaze utakana tupatie kila mtu ajaze ile project ya data hubs. Tuweke hapa ndio tujue ile impact ya data hubs. Is it impactful or it was a white ghost project where kila mtu anakwenda kufanya but it is not that impactful? Unaona? Kila mtu anataka kuifanya kwa sababu national government wamesema wanajenga uwanja za mpira. Kila mtu anataka kujenga uwanja za mpira. But sasa watu wanajenga mpaka uwanja mpaka place watu wanataka chizingi mpira. So it's not that impactful. Good project looks good, but if you look at its impact, zero or none. Or it impacts very few people to even affect the aspect of employment in a county. This helps the county plan themselves. But sasa unajua wetuwezi acha county wajifanyie hii. Sisi tunafanya, ndio tunajua penye tunafanyia nini, tuna push. Hapa ni duty bearers, kwa kila project ni nani ndio ni duty bearer. Ni gava, ni nani specifically. Kama ni county office ya gender, tunaandika hapa. Ndio tukianza kufuatana na watu, hatuendi kutafuta governor, tunaenda kuamini kwa CC wa gender. Tunamwambia no. You are supposed to do 1 2 3 4 5. Kama wewe ndio utapush governor and atoe pesa, as you're not going to the governor, as you're going to you, so that you put pressure on the governor so that finances are going to be released. If it's not, you get fired, you go home, we move forward. Things move forward so that now we remove the aspect of a lot of noise where everything is either the president or it is the governor. Even things that the MCA has to do, we are still complaining to the governor instead of us going to the MCA and tell them, hey bro, fertilizer ilikuwa takana ikuwe distributed. Governor ajui kila mahali takana fertilizer ikuwe distributed. MCA mbona yuko anafanya hizo kazi? So we know whom are we focusing on. Right holders are people who need to benefit. If you were to push a project in regards to health centers, how many people are projected to be to benefit in regards to the same? An engagement mechanism, is it through public participation? Is it project handover ceremony? What is the specific area that which are the specific engagement mechanisms that we're doing? Last engagement, grievances, nani, accountability score. So here you nini accountability score. Kama ni MCA ama ni governor alikuwa atakana tengeneza barabara na hajafanya, na mmefuatilia nafanye nini, na yeye ni kichwa ngumu hataki kuambia hapa, mnampatia accountability score ya 2. Kama watu walikuwa watakana wafungwe, mtu ameiba pesa na tumesema county imshike na umshiki, hakuna accountability hapo. 1. When you are having discussions on corruption, you can quantify. You say no. This project, this individual, there was no accountability. So why should we employ you? Why should we bring you back? we shouldn't bring you back. Done. Person unaweka hizo mapicha. Remember I told you guys about pictures? This is where you put it. Project. Kama ni policy takana implementiwe mahali na nini, kama ni kwa mahospitali, you come and list here all the hospitals, list here all the things. Kama SHA haifanyi, haimaanishi ati SHA haifanyi kwa mahospitali zote Uasin Gishu. Maybe there are specific hospitals zenye SHA haifanyi. Hizo ndo tunaweka sasa hapa. So mtu akicomplain anasema no, give us information which hospital, mbe ngoja kwanza. Ndio hii hapa. Ni hii hospitali iko place fulani, ndio hii picha. Mtu alikuwa kwa hiyo hospitali, tuliuliza juu ya story ya SHA, wakasema hiyo system haifanyi, mpaka akatuonyesha kwa kweli imehang, tukapiga picha, ndio hii hapa. Tunaweka. So this is aligned directly with the map. So kama mimi nakuja kutafuta hiyo project penye kuna gap, najua ni wapi specifically. So that I'm not just saying, hey, in Uasin Gishu, we have poor roads. Which roads are poor? Where are they? Which are the specific roads? It is easier for me to come. I don't have to look for Jen. I can just come, click here, get into a car, and go and see. Kwa kweli, by the way, that thing is not happening. Unaona? Very clear accountability structures. And this is something that young people do. We do it by ourselves. Tusingoje tupatiwe ile nitangaje ile document ya kutupatia heart attack. Then tukishafanya hiyo yote huku kwote inakuja hapa. Then inatupatia nini? Scorecard. So when we are going to be discussing next year on the budget process, we know budget ilikuwa executed aje, what were the physical projects and what were the specific progress, what was the quality of those particular projects that were done, kama ni kwa barabara. So here, whatever you do under project name, it is going to arrange. So the system is going to arrange projects za health, projects za education, projects za nini. So it is going to break down so that if you have someone here who's focused on health, he or she will just go and focus on the specific projects of health. So when we are doing discussions in regards to the next financial distribution, and we realize the health sector money is being distributed, but things are not being done, it is easier for us to question and say, no. We're not going to accept a new budget to be done when there was this amount of money that was supposed to be shared and it was not. It has to be clear. If it was not done very well, kuna mtu wa EACC anasema no, this project was not done, this money was stolen, someone has to be arrested or someone has to be fired before we activate all these particular things. Put your system into nini. Public participation ilifanyika ama ikufanyika. I'm still waiting for the public participation bill to be passed. However, I always say how you quantify public participation is in the basis of how was it and how many wards participated, percentage of women, percentage of men, specifically those that are being targeted in regards to that particular thing that is being done. Quantify, hesabu watu ingekuwa make sense until you get the final. I think we'll get public participation bill iko karibu kupitishwa, especially na hii kesi ya Gachagua, hii lazima itapitishwa. Then policy service, weighted, composite score, implementation verdict. Hii wewe hautaguza chochote hapa. The system itself will calculate it for you, share it with you. Then now you'll come and see. Sasa Collins akikaa chini, Selewa anamuuliza, National Youth Council anamuuliza ni kazi gani mnafanya huko kwa county. Anamwambia unaona, sisi tulishafanya, tulicollect data. Hii county ni mchezo tupu, hakuna fanya. Ama hii county inafanya kazi. Here we do not have an issue, everything is moving very well. I will stop there. Anyone with a question? Anyone with something to say? In regards to the same, but I will stop there. Anyone who has a question? Oh Lord, what have I done? Okay. Anyone who has a question? Anyone who has anything to do? Recommendations, if you have any recommendation or anything. Nimeongea. Wa. Hey. Na nimemaliza exactly 5. Bwana mnipigie makofi. So I will stop there. Anyone who has a question, anything, anyone who has anything.
Yes, Maurice, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Yes, for the sake of Collins, who came late, this is
Yes.
Mike Nyanguri.
Yeah.
And I have to talk to him about coming for
Late.
meetings late. Yeah. So Collins, see me behind the tent immediately after this. Now, two questions.
Yes, yes.
Let me pull up my notes here. One,
Okay. Yes.
does, say for instance, I want to know whether there is any project going on in our area,
Yeah.
say in our sub-county. Is there a dispensary, hospital, TVET under construction? Is there a search tool that I can use on the system?
Yes.
That
So,
is
number one, sorry about that.
oh, that's okay. And then
Mm.
the second question is,
Yeah.
I know you have talked about pictorial evidence
Yes.
in several places.
Yeah.
My question is,
Yes.
with the AI age that we are in,
Yes. Yeah.
how would there be a time that, or are there chances that such pictures can be questionable? Um, I think first deal with those two questions, as I
Okay.
think the third one,
The third one.
there was a third one. Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
perfect. In regards to the images, I'll go with that one first. Yes, that was the first thing I think we looked into, especially in regards to the photo log. So that now, because people will cook, we are Kenyans, people cook a lot. So that's why when you put your image, so the photo that you're going to take and take a picture, then you upload it here. So there is the photo cloud link here, Drive or Dropbox. So we'll just put you upload somewhere, if it is in your Google Drive, if it is in your phone, we just upload it here. When you put the picture here, it will upload it definitely in your what do you call in the Google Drive, because this toolkit will have its own Google Drive. However, for it to approve and the system to accept this particular picture, you have to put your GPS. You have to make sure where specifically did you take the picture. This GPS has to be exact GPS, because when you put this particular GPS, I can take this, put it on a Google map, it will open where specifically that particular thing is. So you have to put your GPS latitude and longitude. The only way you can know how to take your GPS latitude and longitude is when you take your picture. So unapiga picha hivi, especially specifically in smartphones. One of the core things that you always put it on. I know so many people don't know. The picture, when you go to details, it always automatically gives you a GPS, a latitude and longitude. So you go and pick that information on photo details, ile GPS latitude and longitude. Unachukua hiyo yenye iko kwa hiyo picha on the raw data, ndio unakuja unaongeza hapa. Apart from that, ukishaweka hiyo GPS na nini na nini na nini, hiyo yote ukiweka, that picture yenye umepiga on the GPS, hiyo longitude and longitude, if you take that information, you have to put it on a Google map. Then the Google map is going to give you a map link based on those particular GPS. Then you come and put that link here. So as I look at those particular pictures, hata kama ni inatongaje, hata kama ni AI generated, and Collins wants to make sure, because anasema hii picha i make sense, hii picha si ya ukweli, akuje angalie hapo ni GPS aone, akuja map link, akifungua map link, unajua itamwonyesha iko wapi, itamwonyesha hii siko pale nini nitongaje, iko pale oh fuck, I do not know words in Uasin Gishu. I was trying so hard. It doesn't know, but you can see akikuja hapa, ikifinya inaona get directions, click directions hapa, it will take them exactly where that specific picture was taken and where that particular project is. So it is easier for him to know, kama iko pale Eldoret, Atakole mtu aseme, hi, how are you? Are you in uko Eldoret? Kuna nini fulani, kuna project fulani inafanyika mahali na nini. Are you able to confirm it with me? Yeah, I'm able to confirm that works and every single thing. So that is specifically for us as individuals. For the system itself, because it has AI, whatever the AI does, the way I've configured it is it will take the GPS, it will take this latitude and longitude, and it will also take this link, then it puts it. If it sees these two do not align, it is going to mark all this as red, which means someone has to prove it or approve this particular project first for it to move it into green. I hope that is clear. Kwanza before tuende mbali.
Thank you very much. That is well answered.
Yes, so that one it has to prove, and I think I was telling you it will not score the project until hii kitu iko verified and it is 100%. It 100% aligns with it. Another thing that I have a very good friend of mine. It is really good to have tech friends. So the Google Drive where all this information goes, because I told you this one is not going to be used with other counties. This is specifically for Uasin Gishu. Is the goodness squeeze it kuna AI kila mahali. There is a Gemini that has been connected with the what do you call with the Google Drive. So every picture that is uploaded on the Google Drive, it reviews it first. Na uzuri ya AI inajuanga ni picha gani imetengenezwa na AI. So if it does that, it flags. If it is, as I told you, definitely 100% sure a manual will have a connection with this system for monitoring and evaluation, it will send him an email. Say, this project, the specific image for this particular project is not is AI generated. So it will send an email to them, then whatever they're going to do is review. So watakuja waangalie wasema huyu anatuenjoy, huyu anatudanganya, then it is going to remove it. So yeah, that is how it's going to do. In regards to search, yes. So number one, you can search through here. So if you come here, sijeka more words. So if you come and search here a specific name in regards to the specific word, if you put the name of the word, whatever it is going to do for each and every column, hizi column zote, it will highlight the specific county it's not specific, the specific word or specific word or specific sub county. So nikiandika hapa for example Eldoret, nikuja kwa physical project, it will highlight only nini zenye zimechuziwa kwa hiyo sub county ni ziko wapi, ziko Eldoret, because remember hizi projects as for specific counties. Wezi pata Soi Community Health Center iko Eldoret, iko sijui, I need to know these words or other places. Iko different areas, because remember nilikwambia ita quantify. Ikiona mtu ameweka Soi Community Health Center mara 6 but ni different sub counties, it will highlight. It will say either the word, one of the people that has kept the word has put the wrong word. So it will not quantify it, but it is going to mark it as red. But you come, you search here, you do it. Another thing that I will add, and I think I was having a discussion with someone, we will add a bot. Unaona ile bot ile ya communicate kama ile na wako WhatsApp. So they will have a bot, which I think is going to be somewhere here. You just come, you search it, we will connect it with the scorecard, but also connected, it will be connected with the scoreboard, and it will also be connected with the dashboard. So you can ask the bot, I need all projects that are in Soya ward and everything. The bot itself is going to share with you all projects in Ziko. That it will ask you if you want to print or you want to send it as an email. So hapo hivyo itafanyika. I think we will be adding it by next week hapo, because here lazima we have to pay for it. I hope I've answered you clearly. So kuna two ways za kupata.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate it. I think you've answered my questions.
Yes, another thing is not even just to search the word, you can even search a specific year. So you find you just want projects zenye zilifanyika between 2025 2026 under the financial year 2025 2026. Definitely you guys know how the budget years are always aligned. So whatever it is going to do, it is only going to give you information for that particular budget year. Then the other budget years it is going to leave. Is going to put it aside. So utapata hii project kumbe iliimplementiwa for 3 years but ilianza kufanyika 2025 2026. In 2025 2026 budget ilipatiwa 50 million. In 2026 2027 ilipatiwa budget of 30 million, but kwa ile budget ya 2025 2026 hii project was poorly implemented. It was not implemented very well. That's why it is easier for you to say, so this particular project government has been putting money under this particular project for almost 6 consecutive years, but there is nothing that is being particularly done. So that is also something that you can do. You can do with it. Okay. Any other person who has a question? Any other? Oh, I need to. Let me stop sharing.
Hello, Morris.
Yes, Collins, hi. Ama nirudishe hiyo kitu
Hi,
nimetoa?
bro. I'm sorry.
Yes.
First of all, I just want to affirm I just want to affirm you for sharing the inputs and even giving more of the information
Yeah.
that is latest on matters social accountability, transparency, and even much more making things on track. You know, it's so unfortunate because at least I can say it has been so unfortunate in the past. Most of the young people used to think like everything need to go to social media, complain without even tracking on the bending issues that need to be resolved or to be addressed in a very sober way, in a dignified way, and even in a better way that you can be heard. And I think going through this kind of conversation as young leaders and even as upcoming leaders, we need to put on track, especially having the facts on matter at fingertips. And even we can put on track a leader whenever we have a platform, we get a platform, when we attend a public participation, when we do communities, we are much more informed because we track things as it is. In reference to Auditor Office of the Auditor General, Controller of Budget, and even with the finance bill, because I think that is what really tracks the main evidence on ceilings on how it is being spent, utilized, and how it should be change people's life. So for on Hardshell, I just want to say thank you for that kind of unique document that is much more advanced. I happen to work with the Transparent International some years back. We used to as a part of the social accountability on Wajibikaji, whereby you can share the real time. You take a photo, you share real time, but I don't know whether you can share at a certain point coordinates while you are offline. When you come online while in another place, it's just update as it was at the time that you are offline. I think that is one of my questions. Second question is that can we access this link in terms of the document, and how efficient do you want us to put into practice? Because despite of that, we need to. I know we had a focus. We had some thematic areas as was in issue on employability, governance, and peace.
Yeah.
And I think those are some of the key areas that we need to strategize, especially as we are yearning towards the celebration of International Youth Week. That will be August. Last year we did it. The other year we did it. So we need to set a very good strategic plan on how we are going to put into practice and even to share to the world on exactly what you've done in a small way. By the time we reach August, we have something to share to the world that this is what we have been doing as young people in Uasin Gishu, in Kilifi, in any other places. Otherwise, thank you so much. May God.
Thank you so much. So number one, in regards to the offline, you see the other tool, the website tool, the big one in regards to the national engagement on policies, where you can get all those particular tools. It works both offline and online. So any information that you add on the website, because it's not only just a website, it's also an app. So you can download it. I will share the link and also share the app. You can download it and have it as an app in your phone, the one that is a particular website. In regards to in regards to this tool, the Google Doc that you are having, yes, you can fill it online. The goodness with it, you can download it and have it on your phone, where you can fill it offline and every single thing. Then when you've already done, you've filled offline and done every single thing, whatever you just need to do is upload it. When you connect it online, whatever it is going to do, it is going to update the information into the online document automatically. So that's why we decided to take the Google form, the Google Sheets, rather than having it, for example, like a Google form. Because the goodness of the Google Sheets, you can still fill it offline. When you upload it, automatically, how we have created it, it will automatically update that particular name system in the what do you call it, Roger? In the online platform. However, one of the core things that we were saying is, so we will have a contact, either if it is Emmanuel or it is Collins, so that even for me, even if I'm doing offline and I'm filling it offline, the Google Sheet itself, I have someone, I can send it to Collins, I can send it to you, or I can send it to Emmanuel. So for you, Collins, because you have the main or the official Google Sheet that is online, when someone just sends the Google Sheets to you, whatever you just need to do is just put it online. When you upload it online, because you are an admin, it will automatically update the other system. So when someone joins online, or even where I am, it will automatically upload. Tulitengeneza kama, if you guys have collected data, Kobo. You guys see how Kobo works? Where iko offline na pia iko online, but unaweza jaza offline, but sasa una connect online, Kobo automatically it updates the whole system in regards to the same. So that's how we have particularly developed it. But for ile national ile toolkits, that one you can still also use it offline. Mtu anaweza ingia ndani, anaweza toa tools vile anataka, anaweza zijaza vile anataka. The goodness with it, it is inside the app. So anytime you go online, ni app ita update, then itaonyesha hizo scores and every single thing. Yeah. Oh, sorry. In regards to timeline, my apologies. In regards to timeline, we are going to have, if you guys remember, you guys will participate in the engagement in Kwale, which happens in June, the first week of June. So whatever we are having a discussion with Emmanuel is, because now we have introduced you guys to the tool, we'll give you the links. Both the big one, the app, the national one, and also this that is specifically for Uasin Gishu. And whatever we wanted is for you guys as young people, also mobilize yourself amongst each other. So that now we can start filling it. We start filling it so that when we meet on the engagement that is going to happen in Kwale, Uasin Gishu has its own data. It has collected its own data. It has its own, in your own Google Sheets, you have your own particular data. On the national website, you also have your own data specifically for Uasin Gishu. Then when Kwale add their data, remember Kwale will have their own toolkit, especially for the Google Sheets. But you guys will have the one for the particular app. So for me, my thought process is if you guys are able to mobilize yourself, especially for the young people in the in Uasin Gishu, if you have particular core actors at the world level, you can test. And always tell people the best way to test it is through training. Go to young someone, tell them you're training him how to use this particular toolkit, but they're filling information on it. You have these particular people, they fill core information in it. Then we are going to showcase. Remember, we are going also to showcase this in the final event that is going to be in Nairobi. Watu wa Uasin Gishu watasimama na toolkit yao hapo kando. Watu wa Kwale watasimama na yao pale. Watu wa Nairobi watasimama na yao hapo pale. Then now you have to break down your data and information and say in Uasin Gishu, these are the gaps, these are the issues, these are the projects that are being implemented in the county, and this is what you are going to particularly do. However, remember, this is going to remain permanently in Uasin Gishu. Hakuna change your toolkit, it will remain specifically permanently in Uasin Gishu. I hope I've answered your questions. Kwanza lazima mkue pia nyinyi mkue na the gist to also push for other people. Ama kama mnataka nifanye another training for kama mta mobilize people per ward tuwafanyie training, I have no problem. For me, the most important thing, kila mtu anaweza tumia the system. Sorry, Collins.
We'll synergize. Still, there's some other gaps now. I came late, but we can still organize for at least two. I can mobilize 2 youth leaders or 3 youth leaders per ward times 30, around 100, where we can have them to be champions over this. But I am anticipating that work on the plan. At least we can. If we can look on your budget, we look for another training, one more training. I was in issue 2 days. Kushuke ground. We mobilize 100 young people. Kuja ground sasa mtupatie hiyo tuchape hiyo toolkits, and then because we are yearning towards the elections na most of the young people wengi damu imechamuka nataka uongozi, so tataka tuonyeshe pia before muanze kuomba kura mtara lazima tutaweka rada aina hii. So I think that might work well. Sio tu just because unasikia damu inataka uongozi, unajua kuna pesa ya MCA na privileges, but you don't know exactly what is taking you there. It was so shameful. Unasikia shameful. Kwa wakati nasema shameful, not shameful. Shameful kuona viongozi wana impeach governor ambaye ni professor or PhD holder, na yeye hata kuona yani ajui kujiexpress kwa lugha ya Kiswahili na Kiingereza. Ajui kujipresent. Remember some Kericho. Drama. Yes. So we need to think about. We need to have that critical thinking, and even have much more engagement. And then after that, we can organize the exchange program. The way you've said, we don't want to wait national or whatever. We can mobilize our local leaders after having such kind of unique training, and tell them, can you facilitate around 20 or one bus of young people to go to maybe Mombasa, Kilifi, or you go to Kisumu and showcase what is needed to do differently going forward, because I think that it will be the best unique conversation that we need all of us to.
Perfect. That makes sense. Makes sense a lot. And it can also help in regards to also identifying which are also good practices. So if Uasin Gishu has implemented their policy specifically in regards to engagement, in regards to peace and security, also other counties can take advantage. However, it is quantifiable through data. So certainly guesswork, people are just saying or talking about it, but something that are going to be done. I don't want to waste a lot of time. I know I am 25 minutes past. Is there any other person who has something to add? Collins, I will talk more. I will share maybe a strategy that I particularly have. I'll share it with you. Then you can also share with the team and also the seniors. Then we see if we can action it, if that is okay. That is between now and August, specifically for that core event for youth.
Noted.
Sasawa. Any other person? Stanley, Brenda menyamaza, Stanley menyamaza. But I hope that you guys have been able to learn much and also do every single thing. Remember, I'm going to share all these links on the WhatsApp group. Now, I think with this, the WhatsApp group now is going to be a little bit active because now we'll have questions. Someone has to collect data. Where do we collect data? Someone was supposed to collect data in a specific area. They didn't. Then it's going to be easier for us also to action the WhatsApp group to be a little bit active. I will hope or I will pray to stop there if there is no any other question. And thank you so much for the time that you guys have given me and also for the engagement of the particular toolkit. I'm sorry we're not able to break into groups so that every single person can add their projects. However, whatever I can do is for the Google Sheets, because I'm going to send it on the WhatsApp. People can add projects in their own word, especially us. Since you're ready to go up, you can add your own project where you stay. I always say usiende mbali hapo penye uko ni project gani inafanyika ya county ama for example for Collins you understand the policy framework very well, fill that particular Google Sheets, then we can continue the conversation on the WhatsApp group if that is okay. But I want to thank you guys and have a beautiful week.